How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing you another episode in the ManaStrike series. So today we're going to be covering the patch notes that came about recently in the last week, around the 25th of February. Now, this is a really exciting patch because we've got 2 new planeswalkers and some much needed balance changes. So starting off, let's take a look at our new planeswalkers. So we got lucky in the sense that we got, both of them actually are fire types. So let's take a look at our first one. We have Koth. Now, Koth's really cool. He is a freedom fighter that uses the power of the seething earth. He's a melee attacker with an AoE attack, and he hits enemy air and ground units, which is quite nice. His ability is he activates rock hardening mode upon entering enemy territory, and rock hardening Koth only melee attacks buildings. So basically, as soon as he crosses the river, he purely targets buildings. He ignores all creatures. Okay. So he is pretty cool in that sense, and when you use his skill, he has magma armor as a skill, and when you use it, it increases the attack and decreases all damage received from enemy units. So this is quite nice. It doesn't last very long, but it is quite useful if you're doing that final push for the tower, or if you're using him defensively protecting your tower, as it increases both his damage and it increases the amount of damage that he can take. So it's quite useful in that sense. So Koth is quite interesting. He is mono red though, which does make him a bit tricky, but he is quite interesting, and I think he can play quite well. And moving over to our second new planeswalker, again it is a red type planeswalker, but he is red-black in the sense. We have got Angrath. So he's a black-red Minotaur, and he is quite interesting in the sense of his colors. So this Angrath you can only obtain from purchasing him from the store, whereas Koth you get from the Magic Pass. So keep that in mind when looking at these planeswalkers. So Angrath is a Minotaur with a Burning Rage following his imprisonment. He melee attacks enemy ground units. He becomes Crazed Angrath with greatly increased attack speed and move speed during ManaStrike. So he's a lot more powerful during ManaStrike. So you want to try and use him towards the later end of the game. He is single target though, so do be careful when using him, and he is only ground. His passive skills, he becomes enraged, he becomes Crazed Angrath, again when ManaStrike starts, and his active ability is quite cool. It's Angrath's Rampage. It inflicts massive damage and stuns enemy ground units. So he's quite a good heavy hitter if you're looking at a lot of ground units coming in at him. So before we jump into the new cards, we do have some new balance changes. So looking at the balance changes, I think this is much needed as the end of the previous season got quite stale. So first and foremost, our planeswalkers. For our red planeswalkers, Chandra had a change. She had a damage reduction from 321 to 225. This is based off of first level stats. This is the damage of both her Chandra's Fury and the summon effect Phoenix are both reduced since they're both damage types. So you're seeing a big damage nerf to Chandra, which I think is quite needed because she was dealing a lot of damage, especially with her passive, considering it affected the entire lane. So we actually got a buff on the green side for Nissa. The range of her basic attack increased from 5 to 6. Now, whether this alone is enough for her to be played, I'm rather doubtful, but I do have some hope for her based on some cards that are also coming, as well as a few changes, which is beneficial to green as a whole. And green is one of the colors that really was lacking during the last season, so I'm looking forward to seeing how these changes impact the top couple of decks. And if we're looking at the white-red, Nahiri, the skill increased damage of Nahiri's Wrath from 120 to 160. So Nahiri is actually getting a buff. So only nerf is in the sense of Chandra. Now, looking at the changes towards the cards, white saw a lot of nerfs. So the core Entangler, which is one of the most frustrating cards to play against, its stun effect has been removed, which I think is quite useful. So we will no longer be seeing a stun effect from the Entangler, which, considering that it was a 2-cost card, it was a bit too powerful. Alright, next up we have our Blinding Mage, which is arguably one of the most broken cards in the game. Its attack speed has been decreased from 0.7 to 0.8 seconds. It's not a huge change, but I think it's definitely a change in the right direction. Next up we have our Spectral Possession. Again, a card you see very, very often. and their HP actually dropped from 190 to 139. So it's going to be much easier dealing with the ghosts that come up from the spirits, sorry. So don't expect as much damage from this card anymore. And then the last one is the Sanctifier of Souls, if I can find it for some reason. There we go, Sanctifier of Souls. The Summoned Souls HP again is down from 190 to 139. So the spirits across the board did get a decrease in their HP, which is not a really bad thing. So next up, for red, we have Goblin Artillery. Actually saw itself getting a bit of a nerf in the sense that its max HP went down from 458 to 436. So a slight drop in that, not huge. And the next nerf was for Star of Extinction. The effect range of Star Extinction dropped from 4 to 3.5 meters. So the actual AoE has gotten smaller, so you will need to work on aiming it a bit better. Alright, next up we have the changes coming to our green cards. So green got a lot of changes overall. Nice new change is Rolling Slime. Rolling Slime went from a 4 mana cost to a 2 mana cost, which is a huge jump. But it no longer summons medium slimes, it only summons small slimes, and it removed the knockback effect. So it's a bit awkward, but the cost, you can now cycle your green cards much faster, which is very nice. Next change up is for Overrun. Now Overrun's still a bit pricey at 6 mana, but it did increase the damage from 130 to 150. So you might be able to get Overrun out and doing more with this change. So it might be a bit more worthwhile. And Gluttonous Slime saw a lot of changes. So increased HP and attack of the main body and the medium slime. So it's first summon and when it breaks for the first time. The main body went from 175 to 185 attack, and the HP from 437 to 1200. So you can now actually tank with this slime. It can actually take a hit, which is fantastic. And the medium slime went from 112 attack to 135 attack, and its HP went from 216 to 234. So not as much of a jump for the medium slime, but considering that your main primary slime can actually take more than one shot these days, is fantastic. And the small slime's HP was decreased though, from 117 to 105, but its attack stayed the same. So the medium did get slightly better, but not too big of a change. And the smaller one definitely did see a decrease in power. But again, for the bump up that the main Gluttonous Slime body got, it's definitely a change in the right direction. Now, heading over to our black cards, we saw Skull Catapult get quite a big nerf in the sense that its attack speed went from 2 to 2.9 seconds. Now again, this is a card that you see in most black decks, so this might have to get people to think about whether they actually want this card in their deck or not. I don't think it's any longer an auto include, which is good. And next up, probably my favorite change, because I do get incredibly frustrated with this card, is Reaver Demon. Reaver Demon got a huge nerf in the sense that the number of max sacrifices went from 9 to 5. So it's a big change for the Reaver Demon. So you're no longer going to be getting Reaver Demons stronger than Strength 5, which is definitely a move in the right direction. It was a terrible card to deal with. Alright, now that we've covered the changes, we can talk about some of the new cards. And I'm quite liking them. So, starting off, let's start with our whites. So, our new card is the Emeria Angel. It's a 6 mana card, and when you summon it, it summons 1 angel and 3 birds. They then fly in the air and range attack enemy ground and air units. So it's a common card. Its base stats is the HP is 1235, attack 138, and it's an air type. So you're getting 4 creatures from 1 summon, which is fantastic, and it really does go in the theme of White's massed army, which is always quite fun. Next up, we have our High Tide Hermit. This is a new blue card that's come in for 2 mana. It melee attacks enemy ground units. It hides inside its shell and doesn't attack when hit. Counts as a building while hiding and takes less damage. Comes out of its shell after not taking damage for a set duration. Creature common, 1200 HP and 155 attack, which is quite cool. It's something that's interesting. Alright, next up we have our Carrion Crows. Now this is quite an interesting card for our black players, in the sense that you're getting 4 summoned crows It summons crows that fly in the air and range attack enemy air and ground units. Not sure how they range attack, but anyway. So yeah, you're getting 4 crows from this. They are very weak. They've only got 82 HP and 101 attack. But again, this does work quite well with Reaver Demon, as you're basically at max with this, with just carrying crows for Reaver Demon, which is quite nice. And our last one is one not our last one, our second last one for our red players is a card I quite like, which is the Fire Shrine Keeper. Melee attacks enemy ground units, inflicts AoE damage to nearby enemy ground units when hit, and knocks back nearby enemies upon death. This is a lot of fun, and I think it's got a lot of potential. So it's a common card, 1753 HP at first level, 239 attack, and it's got AoE damage whenever it gets hit, and a knockback when it dies. I think this card has a lot of potential, so definitely keep an eye on it. And last up, finally, we have our new green card, which I think is very nice. It's the Sylvan Advocate. Range attacks enemy air and ground units, steadily inflicts more damage the longer it keeps attacking. So base HP is 700 and the attack is 210, but it does hit both air and ground, and the attack gets stronger and stronger the longer it channels the attack for. So it is a very nice card if you can keep your cards defending it, and it slowly builds up damage. So definitely keep an eye on this when going up against green decks. Alright, and those were our main changes. There were a few UI changes and friend changes, but in terms of the actual change to the cards, that covers all of them. So I hope that did help just to explain the change that happened. I'm actually going to jump into a game now. I'm playing my Dovian deck, which I am quite liking. I still think it's quite good. I'm a bit short on cash at the moment, and hopefully with the event, which will be the next video, I can pick up some cash and get some upgrades. So this is a deck that I'm still using from the previous season. I haven't changed it just yet. I'm still busy figuring out a Nissa deck at the moment. So just for now, building up some gold, I'm running my old Dovian deck. And I'm still quite enjoying it. I do like Dovian as a card. I do think the color combination of blue and white is quite useful. So let's jump into a game. We're going up against Tezzeret, 2,300 rank points. So sort of got a bit of a build up from where we were last time, but overall, I'm still relatively happy with my rank. I think I'm in the top 2,000 in the world. I can't actually remember. I must double check it again. Last I checked, I was top 100 in career at least. Okay, so let's drop the Ninja Deep Hours just to get this going. Looks like you're going to have a Reaver Demon very, very soon, which is unfortunate. So I was going to go Blinding Mage on the other side just to get some ping damage off. I was hoping he didn't have the Hadrian Scouts there, but I guess he does. Alright, so walk in the back. Definitely get Tezzeret out of that area as soon as possible. And let's get the Sphinx down. Was really hoping that the demon would get rid of Tezzeret quicker, but he didn't quite get there. Let's get this going. Definitely get the ninja going. And that was, I think, a relatively successful defense. Not perfect, but certainly not bad. I'm still ahead in terms of tower damage, which I'm quite happy by. I'll let this play out for a little bit. Took a bit of damage there, which is not ideal. He's most likely going to get his little Reaver Demon off very soon. Let's see if I can bait out and hopefully get some kills on these. That's one less, at least. Which is not bad. And a little bit of chip damage. Not that that one mattered anymore. Alright, so let's get a Haunted Guardian way in the back to start getting him to walk forward. And let's see. Let's get Dovian down there. Let's get our Sphinx. Get some nice damage off on each other before we slow them down. And before we hook in. There we go. Okay. This is looking alright. It's not ideal, as unfortunately that spirit is still up. The demon is still up, sorry. And I placed mine too close there. The attack went off. That was a big error on my side. Okay, let's get another ninja down. That was quite a bad defense on my side. I definitely could have played that better. Oh, my opponent does actually have a defensive tower. Alright. Definitely not my best players so far, but let's see if we can get some more damage off on this tower. Okay, a little bit of damage. Not great, but not terrible either. That Reaver Demon definitely is coming quicker than I would like. let's see if I can get rid of Tesseract as quickly as possible. Okay. Let's get the Sphinx down. And let's actually get some more help coming in. Okay, the spirits actually came in quite handy there. And yes, I was able to get the Reaver Demon down. So let's get ourselves a Ninja. Oh, that was a terrible placement on the Ninja. Okay, let's get some general defense going. Let's get some more spirits up. Just make sure this demon does nothing. And let's get ourselves another Bright Mage just to get damage off. And another Ninja going forward. Okay, so hopefully we can get a bit of damage off of this attack. Let's get ourselves Guardian up. And that's game. So, Ninja is definitely one of the cards I do enjoy quite a bit. It's just such a fantastic card, and I'm always happy with it. So, just a bit of a shorter video today, but really just highlighting the patch notes. Might jump into just one more game. I'll jump in and check what my rank is looking like. Check out all of these nice new cards in a second. Ooh, another Bloodline Keeper. I do want to look at Bloodline Keeper with regards to the new Minotaur if I end up picking up the card. Although I'm not quite sure yet if I want to purchase it. It is a bit on the pricey side. Alright, so let's take a look at the rank points quickly. Thank you, I know I have battle rewards. So looking at the rank, I am on the leaderboards, 574 in the world, so I'm top 600, which I'm quite happy by. And looking at the region, I am 63 in Korea, South Korea specifically. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Top 600, very happy with that. So let's jump into one more game, I think. Let's pop these, see what we get. And let's keep this going. So, as I said, I do want to work on a Nissa deck. I'm a sucker for green. If you watch my Pokemon videos, I'm a huge grass type player. When I played MTG physically, I did prefer mono green or even Gogori decks. So, I'm a big fan of green across most platforms. So, I do want to make Nissa work. And I like using like the basic Planeswalker and using it and crushing with it. So we are going into a Liliana game. I feel like I should be okay in this one. Most likely we're seeing a Skull Catapult, as you always will. Black is still probably one of the better colors out there at the moment. So let's just go into an early Blinding Mage to see if we can get some chip damage off and to bait out some monsters on her side. Yep, there's a Skull Catapult. I'm actually very okay with that Skull Catapult placement. Simply because it is way out on the side, and it means, let's get rid of these crows. And what it means is that my Ninja of the Deep Hours can go on the top and not have to worry about anything. So let's let that Ninja do his thing, and this should be a relatively easy defense. Oh, I was hoping to get a bit more of a defense off there, but that didn't quite work as well as I was hoping. Let's get rid of that zombie. I don't want it sitting there. I need to remember that the stun is no longer a thing. Okay, let's get some more chip damage off. I was actually, but that retarget against Lily was actually not the best in the world, but anyway. Okay, let's get Sphinx up. Alright. So, getting some decent damage off. That demon is dealing a bit more than I would like, but it's not terrible either. Let's get this push going. That Ring of Death is always such a mission. My damage in the top tower is decent. I've still got more there than my opponent, which is always nice. I should have this push sorted. That was a very good drop by my opponent there, which definitely put me on the back foot. I'm out of Planeswalkers though, which is some bad plays from my side, I think. Let's get some ghosts going. Try and get some damage off. I really want to bait out the Skull Catapults that side, unfortunately, which is not ideal. I would have preferred my Ninja there, but anyway. Let's get this off. I think I dropped that. Okay, perfect timing. Okay, let's get Blinding Mage up. And let's get another Ninja going top. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, they did drop it that side. Let's get this demon sorted out quickly as possible. It does look like going for a push top, I'm not terribly worried about it. I do want to wait for them to drop one more thing to make sure I actually commit to it. Let's get that zombie back a bit. And let's get some damage going. Oh, I did not expect a Reaver Demon. That's very good play for my opponent. That really caught me off guard. And I think my opponent's won from it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from this. Oh, that's very good. I was not expecting a Reaver Demon. I think this is game. Damn, well played from my opponent's side there. That Reaver Demon out of nowhere really caught me off guard. Okay, 1 win, 1 loss. Let's jump into one more game and see how it goes. I need to keep that in mind. I was wondering why I hadn't seen a Reaver Demon, and that clutch play at the end there really was good for my opponent. So definitely well played. Do you see my opponent still using the Skull Catapult? It's by no means a bad card with the nerf, but it's just not as good as it was. Okay, so let's see what happens now. I presume we're going to see another Reaver Demon. It is still quite frustrating that the nerf wasn't enough, in the sense that you're still going to see it in a lot of decks. It's still a great card. Yep, there you go. Reaver Demon right off the bat. At least I should get a few hits off with my ninja before the Reaver Demon actually does anything. But yeah, I guess it's kind of what you would expect these days. It's the card to play. Let's get ourselves... Oh, well played from my opponent there. Very well played. This is probably going to be the game for me. Oh, that's very frustrating. Definitely well played on my opponent's side. I don't even know how to answer that. Let's pull him there. Try and preserve my mage as much as possible. Nope. He is gone. I think I've lost this one, unfortunately. That was a very good play for my opponent there, which really caught me off guard. No, why my internet's struggling at the moment. Let's try and fight this back, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I know the demon is going to just destroy my spirits, but I'm hoping to slow it down and hopefully get a few hits off. Not enough by the looks of it though. Let's get Tesseract out of there. I wonder if they're going to go for another dimension door. Oh no, that was a terrible placement on my side. Oh no, this is not a good time to lag. Okay. Let's get them to fight each other for a few seconds. Don't think it's going to be enough. And let's see. I'm going to be very surprised if I'm able to come back from this. And here comes another demon. Yay! Gotta love those Reaver Demons. Yeah, like I said, I really was hoping that it would get more of a nerf. I don't think it was enough of a nerf. But hey. Such is life. So, seriously try it. Oh man, just in the circle. Let's get all this up to try and get as much down and stopping this Reaver Demon as possible. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Come on! Just got to get him down. A few more hits. Let's get the spirits up to get damage off. This is turning out to be a very close game. Let's get ourselves another Bright Mage. And let's start pushing in this. I think I just dropped that too early. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if I can get a bit of damage off here. And the mage up. Just drop this as a distraction. Should be enough. Yep. Okay. Let's carry on pushing this. I just need like one more hit. Come on, you can do this. You can do it, spirits. You can do it. No. Come on. Come on, spirits, you can do it. Just need one attack off on it. One attack. Yes! Sorry, I know I went super quiet there. I was just like holding my breath, making sure at least one of those spirits got an attack off. So, we're 2 for 1 with this deck. I'm still happy with it. I know it is a deck from the old ladder, and I do plan on building a new one, and hopefully you will see it very soon. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I will definitely be releasing more of this content in the near future. This is a mobile game I'm playing the most, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So, thanks again, everyone. Cheers. Enjoy.